happened earlier today is that the Congress has moved to its new headquarters after 47 long years. You had Sonia Gandhi inaugurating the newly constructed Indira Bhawan, a move that has then also triggered a new controversy. Because the BJP here claims that the grand old party cannot look past the Parivar. It is guilty of ignoring its leaders, citing a lot of these posters, the ones that you see on your screens, that were actually put up outside this new headquarters. Now, these posters said that this Bhavan of the Congress should be named after late Dr. Manmohan Singh. The Congress, remember, has moved to its new headquarters after almost 4 decades. It's conducted its business outside of 24 Akbar Road, which earlier witnessed a lot of ups and downs of the party for nearly those years. And the Grand Old Party will now work out of the 9A Kotla Marg headquarters, which is just a few kilometers away from the BJP headquarters. But even with the new headquarters, the emphasis continues to just be on the Parivar, the Gandhi family. Sonia Gandhi and not the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge inaugurated this new headquarters, which has been named after the erstwhile Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. This even as posters were put up outside the new headquarters seeking that the headquarters be named after the former Prime Minister, late Dr. Manmohan Singh.
Today it is a big occasion for the Congress party as the new Congress headquarters is going to be inaugurated by the CPP chairperson Sonia Gandhi, and right now we are standing outside this new Congress headquarters, which is being named after the former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. You can see in the visuals as well that Indira Bhawan is being the name which is being given to this new Congress headquarters. All the senior Congress leaders, including the CWC members, all the MPs of both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, chief ministers, as well as the joint secretaries have also started arriving here in this new Congress headquarters.
कांग्रेस के नए हेडक्वार्टर और भवन के बाहर आज पोस्टर लगे हैं। मीडिया ने दिखाया है, कांग्रेस के समर्थकों ने ही लगाया होगा कि इस भवन का नाम इंदिरा गांधी के नाम पर नहीं बल्कि डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के नाम पर रखना चाहिए। कांग्रेस पार्टी पर एक परिवार के आगे सोच नहीं पाती। वैसे तो स्मारक पर और स्मृति पर किस प्रकार की ओछी सियासत की गई कांग्रेस के द्वारा हमने देखा, परंतु जब मनमोहन सिंह जी का नेशनल मॉर्निंग पीरियड था तब राहुल गांधी पार्टी के लिए निकल गए। उनके अस्थि विसर्जन में भी शामिल नहीं हुए, अखंड पाठ में भी शामिल नहीं हुए। जीते जी मनमोहन सिंह जी का कितना अपमान किया गया।
And the Congress obviously is finding itself in a spot because it is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, the Congress says that Dr. Manmohan Singh's family itself has not raised any objections to this new headquarters being named after Indira Gandhi. And they also say that they, for the moment, are also working on a memorial for the late Dr. Singh.
मैं कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। उन्होंने करोड़ों भारतवासियों की और कांग्रेस जनों की भावना के अनुरूप जो है बहुत ही मार्मिक शब्दों में भावपूर्ण श्रद्धांजलि दी डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी को, और साथ ही उन्होंने कहा इस शानदार भवन की जो सबसे शानदार बहुमूल्य लाइब्रेरी है वो लाइब्रेरी जो है डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के नाम पर होगी।
इंदिरा जी का योगदान और जिस तरह से उन्होंने भारत का नेतृत्व किया, जिस तरह से उन्होंने भारत के तमाम मूल्यों की रक्षा करी, उसके चलते हुए ये फैसला किया गया। मनमोहन सिंह जी की भूमिका भारत में जिस तरह से रही गई, मैं समझता हूं सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान में नहीं बल्कि दुनिया में उनका पूरे सम्मान के साथ नाम लिया जाता है और नाम लिया जाता रहेगा। किस तरह से उनका स्मारक रहे, ये कांग्रेस पार्टी आगे में तय करते रहेगी।
But for a moment, think why this is so problematic. Because if you look at the history of the Congress party, remember it has been accused of ignoring its very own leaders. If you begin with the name and the reference of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, in 1991, he's conferred the Bharat Ratna by Chandrasekhar's SJP government. And again, many would say that the Congress here decided to ignore the merit because apparently, again, it was not the Parivar involved. Almost a similar story played out with PV Narasimha Rao. Not conferred the Bharat Ratna. The Congress again decided to ignore merit. That is a big charge that has been levelled even by the family members of Narasimha Rao. Moraji Desai is again no different story. The year was 1991 when he conferred the Bharat Ratna by again the Chandrasekhar government there. And again, questions being asked of the Congress, why did they decide to overlook him and his contributions? And then, Manmohan Singh. Now, Pranab Mukherjee's daughter has also, in fact, spoken about this, and she has said multiple times that because, there were not leaders from the Parivar, you've seen a very stepmotherly treatment that was accorded by the Congress on also late Dr. Manmohan Singh, and continuously, you've seen the Congress struggling to defend itself and why it decided to ignore the contributions of all its leaders. Let's get in Sabyasachi, who's continuously with us, and he'll get us the big picture here. So, Sabyasachi, you name it, and history is full of such examples where the Congress is definitely finding itself difficult to defend all these decisions. And that's why the BJP says for Congress, it's just about a parivar, it's just about a family, it's just about the Gandhis.
Well, that's right. See, time and again, the BJP has attacked the Congress party, stating that for the Congress party, the only thing that matters is the parivar. Apart from the parivar, the Congress party does not see anything. And the history also kind of supports the claim of the BJP. Because when Dr. Manmohan Singh passed away, we had seen that strong reaction came in from the family members of former President Pranab Mukherjee as well as former Prime Minister PV Narasimha Rao. Their family members, in fact, allege that when whether it is Pranab Mukherjee or PV Narasimha Rao passed away, the Congress even did not call for a formal CWC meeting for offering condolence. Neither the last rites of PV Narasimha Rao was allowed to be conducted here in the national capital.
Okay,
rather, it was conducted.
Apologies, I'm just interrupting you here because I'm told we also have Mohit joining us, and he also has the Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri right with him. Mohit, take it away, and we want to hear from the Minister what he thinks about what's been happening with the Congress. Rahul Gandhi saying we are here fighting the Indian state, and the same Rahul Gandhi who had actually, said that the ordinance need to be torn away, today is speaking about respect for Dr. Manmohan Singh. Hypocrisy much?
Well, Deepthi, we are being joined by senior BJP leader and Union Minister Hardeep Puri. And in the past also, he has spoken in details about this particular issue. So today, the new Congress headquarters were being inaugurated. It's being named as Indira Bhawan. Same Congress party which has been saying, what has the BJP done for Dr. Manmohan Singh? Why exactly they are not doing anything? There was massive row over the memorial. You also spoke at that particular time. Today, the posters came out after Congress, outside Congress office, saying that the Congress office should be named after Dr. Manmohan Singh. How do you see this, sir?
Well, look, I have a pretty cynical and I would say consistent view on the Congress party and the naming of buildings or any monument. I mean, if you leave my house, where we are just now, and you go to the airport, you come across at least 6 facilities which are named after particular members of the ruling family in the Congress, Yes. So I don't want to get into that. I would have been very surprised if they had, in spite of the posters which had come up outside, if they had dedicated, the building itself to the highly respected, departed Congress leader, the former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. So even when those posters came out, I was not going to, I was not going to fall for that one. So whether you name it Indira Bhawan or the Rajiv Gandhi Bhawan, or you name it the Nehru Stadium, it's all consistent and to a pattern. But I did note that they have named the library.
That they announced today, sir.
That they named the library as in honor of or in the memory of Dr. Manmohan Singh. In some ways it's apt, because library is a place where you have pin drop silence, hopefully. And Dr. Manmohan Singh was a distinguished economist. He spoke up for it. But when it came to the Congress party's acts of omission and commission, he maintained a studied silence. I mean, he was a prime minister who wore a turban, but, he was quite comfortable in the company of people who were responsible for the desecration of the Golden Temple and the 1984 riots against the Sikh community here. Well, he may have had a feeling that was important for a larger cause, but I feel very uncomfortable in that. But that's their internal matter, whether they name it after, the late Mrs. Gandhi. She had also a lot of major contribution to the country, or to Rajiv Gandhi ji. I mean, I won't get into that. But, if that is the tendency, then the next generation is coming. You will have Priyanka ji's children getting ready for leadership. And this is in marked contrast to the BJP. Here in the BJP, if you take the top leadership of the BJP, I don't think anyone has had any other person in politics. I mean, I look at the senior leadership of the BJP in the current cabinet. I don't think anybody knew whether the father or the mother was in the political system. And people are judged by their own actions. So I'm not surprised. I'm a little amused also. But since you asked me the question, I have shared my views with you.
Also, sir, one more question. Now, Rahul Gandhi, while speaking at the program today, spoke about that how the institutions have been captured by the RSS, by the BJP, and the fight is against the Indian state. Now, you may have your political differences, but by saying that we have a fight against Indian state is something demeaning our own institutions. How do you see this?
No, Mohit, I am deeply pained, and also I'm aghast at this statement. I was at the nomination filing of one of our candidates who's fighting the elections, and then I was part of a rally there, election rally, and I hadn't got the full thrust of the statement. But even from what I'd heard, I had said, I think this casts doubt on the gentleman's mental stability. I had said that. But now when I've looked at the full statement, he says that we have to fight the BJP politically. That I welcome. I mean, the whole democratic discourse is about political differences being resolved through the ballot, and that's welcome. But then he says we have to fight the RSS politically. Now, RSS is not a political entity. The RSS is a cultural entity. And from whatever little I know of the RSS, the more I find out about it, the deeper my respect for the RSS. Here is an organization which has placed always, at all points of time, the nation first. And the BJP draws that part of the value system from the RSS. The RSS pracharaks go around in emergencies, in times of turbulence, when there are earthquakes, and they lead lives of austerity, and they go and serve the people. But then he goes on to say that we have to fight the Indian state.
Exactly, sir.
Now, when it comes to fighting the Indian state, I frankly was bewildered. I said, is this another variant of the Soros toolkit coming? Whom is he fighting? I can understand fighting another political party. I can understand fighting his thing. So if you're fighting the Indian state, which means you are admitting to opposition to the state. Now, if this, I don't know, I don't want to put an interpretation. If he wants to fight the state through coercive means or otherwise even, I think that would constitute treason. You can't fight the state. I mean, when you took an oath, when you became a member, you took it on the Constitution. The Constitution and the state are, I think, in many ways linked.
And he's the LOP now, so he has the more responsibility.
I'm coming precisely to that. When you had a young leader, I mean, at 54, how many people can be called young leaders? But variously, many times relaunched young leader. And today he makes a statement that we have to fight the Indian state. I mean, you've got differences with the BJP. You have a different philosophy. You don't mind undermining the instruments of the state. You hang around with people who make the undermining of the Indian state a part of their political objectives. But you ought to be ashamed of yourself that you say that we have to fight the Indian state. You can say...
All right, we are thanking Mohit and also the Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri in conversation with him and our colleague Sabyasachi. But what did Rahul Gandhi mean when he said we are fighting the Indian state? That continues to be our top focus story. We head into a quick break. On the other side, there's lots more coming up.